ขอต้อนรับสู่ช่อง PUBG Thailand Official ฝากกดติดตาม Subscribe และกดกระดิ่งให้ด้วยนะครับเพื่อรับชมเนื้อหาวิดีโอ PUBG แบบภาคไทยและซับไทยได้ก่อนใครที่นี่ที่เดียว
Hi PUBG Sports fans, I'm your PUBG Sports guide Annie and I'm here again with Paper Thin.
Hey guys, what's up? Paper Thin here, excited to be back for another episode of the PUBG Esports News Show.
So today we're going to talk about the upcoming PUBG Continental Series Charity Showdown.
Yeah, exactly. These are the events that all of you fans and players at home have been looking forward to. Top tier international PUBG competition is happening again.
So I'll briefly explain what the PCS Charity Showdown will look like from organization to schedule. PUBG Continental Series Charity Showdown is a series of global events happening in May 14th through May 31st. Teams from each region will compete for $200,000, with $100,000 of that pot being donated to a charity of the winning team's choosing. PCS is divided into 4 regions: APAC, Asia, Europe, and North America. APAC will take place on Thursdays and Saturdays for 2 weeks, starting from May 14th. And Asia will take place on Fridays and Sundays, starting from May 15th. PCS North America Charity Showdown will be held for 4 days straight, starting from May 21st. PCS Europe Charity Showdown has a slightly different structure, starting from group stage for 2 weeks, and the best performing 16 teams will be advanced to the finals, which will take place from May 29th. PCS Charity Showdown for all regions will be provided with English broadcasts through Play Battlegrounds Twitch channel and also various languages in each regional channel. Don't miss our first 2020 global event.
Guys, we are so excited about these events. Not only will it be intense PUBG action, but it's for a good cause as well.
Yeah, so let's see how participating teams are shaping up from each region. So let's talk about APAC region first. A total of 16 teams will be participating in PCS APAC Charity Showdown. 6 teams from Vietnam, 5 teams from Thailand, 1 each from Indonesia and Philippines, and 3 teams from Oceania will be competing in this region.
Yeah, so most of these teams qualified based on their performances in their spring regionals. However, there are 2 teams we should note coming into this that were invited directly to this event: Division X from Vietnam and Myth from Thailand.
Myth was a very popular team in early PUBG sports scenes, but even with Dogmans, they weren't doing that good in regional qualifiers like regional leagues. But recently, Homeboya moved to this team, and I think they'll show a great synergy together.
Yeah, absolutely. I think another interesting thing to note about this particular region now is that Oceania has moved over. Originally, Oceania was going to be in the Americas qualifiers for PGS Berlin. Due to the global circumstances, that wasn't able to happen. So we've moved them over here. Really, you should keep your eye on this region, though. They are a very strong region. They've competed against these other teams before in events like Onslaught Season 3, and Fury Australia actually won that. So definitely a team to keep your eye on.
Asia includes China, Korea, Japan, and Chinese Taipei. And similar to APAC region, Asia invited 16 teams, and most of them are teams that have qualified for PGS Berlin.
Exactly. Korea, Chinese Taipei, and Japan all had their qualifiers before the announcement of the cancellation of PGS Berlin. Otherwise, you have China, which just recently completed the PCL, including 4AM, who we talked about having some struggles earlier, but now they seem to be finding their groove again.
I know. 3 teams out of PGC top 4 teams are participating in this region, which means this region will be the most competitive region.
Yeah, exactly. This is a really competitive region. Definitely, I think, the most competitive between the 4. Of course, you have the rivalry between Japan, China, and Korea. I still expect Korea to potentially come through. They've been strong for a long time. Of course, Genji and OG Enentis are there. There are 4 other teams that are very good that are going to get their first taste of a big international stage. And I'm really excited to see what they can do.
One interesting point is that Chinese Taipei teams are competing in Asia region. They have been competing with Southeast Asian teams mostly these days, but now they moved to Asia region, and I think this will be one of the watch point to check out. 16 teams will be participating in PCS North America Charity Showdown. 8 teams who made it to the PCS Berlin Americas qualifiers were invited, and rest of the 8 teams will be decided from PCS Charity Showdown qualifiers.
Yeah, exactly. So we have 8 more slots to fill there. It's going to be the round of 16 coming up. By the time this is aired, the round of 32 will already be done. Guys, you can check out the round of 16 on May 16th and 17th. That should be some really intense action because only half those teams are going to qualify for the main event.
So I heard that there are a lot of team changes going on in North America.
Yeah, so there's been a couple different team changes in terms of their names, some player changes as well, but we'll just go with the names first. So let's start with Yahoo. You guys remember them? They've been Oath for a while now, so they're Oath. If you remember, they've been doing really, really well in the 303 competitions. Team 303 used to be Team Classic, so now they are 303. You're looking at Inquisition becoming Livid Gaming now. And then the final big one I definitely have my eye on is Genesis is now the Sonics. They got picked up by that team, so they're definitely one you got to keep your eyes on.
When it comes to Europe, 24 teams will compete starting from the group stage, and the best performing 16 teams will advance to the grand finals.
Yeah, exactly. So 10 teams are already qualified based on their recent performances. Another 14 get a chance to compete in regional qualifiers to get to the event.
So West Europe has 7, East Europe has 4, and MEA has 3 slots. And in total of 14 slots will be filled by qualifiers.
Of the 10 teams that have already been invited to the event, I'm really interested in a few of them. Of course, FaZe and Liquid, some of the big names are already there. But we should definitely keep an eye on TSM, which is basically the old WTSG now. They have been moved over to that new team. The other one I'm really interested in is Navi, Natus Vincieri. They have been really, really good as of late. They were lights out at the Europe qualifiers for PGS Berlin. So these guys definitely got to keep your eye on them. Senya's been leading the way.
PCS Charity Showdown will kick off starting with APAC on May 14th. Can't wait to watch our global events.
Yeah, this is our first chance this year to have a global event, so you guys really do not want to miss this.
So this is it for today, and we'll be back with more PCS Charity Showdown news.
So stay home
And watch PUBG Esports!